5 signs they're after your life. Don't ignore these. Most people who are murdered by someone they know never see it coming. They miss the signs, rationalize the behavior, or convince themselves it won't escalate that far. But there are patterns, clear, identifiable patterns that appear before someone takes your life. And if you're seeing these signs, you're in immediate danger. This isn't a relationship advice video. This is a survival video. By the end, you'll know the 5 signs that someone is planning to harm or kill you. Signs backed by law enforcement and domestic violence experts who study homicides. This information could save your life. Sign 1. They're escalating violence and control to extreme levels. Let's start with the strongest predictor of homicide in domestic situations: escalating violence and control that crosses into life-threatening territory. This isn't just arguments or even physical fights. This is violence that includes strangulation, weapons, threats to kill, or violence that nearly kills you. When someone has physically harmed you in ways that could have killed you, or when they're explicitly threatening your life, you're in the highest danger category. Here's what you need to understand about strangulation. If they've strangled, choked, or attempted to suffocate you even once, your risk of being killed increases by 750%. Strangulation is not just domestic violence, it's attempted murder that was interrupted. Law enforcement considers strangulation a massive red flag for future homicide. The person who strangles you has already practiced killing you, they just haven't finished yet. What's for violence with weapons or violence that nearly kills you? They've used knives, guns, heavy objects, or vehicles against you. You've been hospitalized or nearly hospitalized from their violence. The injuries are severe enough they could have killed you. When violence escalates to this level, "it was just a fight," is deadly denial. Violence that approaches lethality is practice for actual lethality. Listen to explicit death threats. "I'll kill you if you leave me. If I can't have you, no one will. You're going to regret this." Detailed descriptions of how they'd hurt or kill you. Explicit death threats from intimate partners or family members should always be taken seriously. They're statistically likely to follow through. Notice if violence is increasing in frequency and severity. Used to be once a year, now it's monthly or weekly. Used to be pushing or slapping, now it's beating, punching, weapons. Each incident is worse than the last. Escalating violence doesn't de-escalate on its own. It ends in serious injury or death. And critically, watch if they show no remorse or actually enjoy the violence. After violent episodes, they don't apologize or show genuine remorse. They seem to enjoy hurting you, get pleasure from your fear. They describe the violence calmly or with satisfaction later. Lack of remorse indicates they don't see violence as wrong, meaning they won't stop escalating. Sarah's boyfriend had been violent before, pushing, shoving, once a black eye. But one night during an argument, he wrapped his hands around her throat and squeezed. Sarah couldn't breathe. She thought she was going to die. He let go right before she passed out. Afterward, he said, "See what you made me do?" Sarah told herself it was a one-time thing. But domestic violence experts know strangulation is attempted murder. 3 months later, Sarah's boyfriend put her in the hospital. 6 months after that, he broke into her apartment with a gun. Sarah escaped because a neighbor called police. Law enforcement told her the strangulation was the biggest warning sign. He was always going to escalate to trying to kill you. Sarah had missed the clearest possible signal that her life was in danger. If they've strangled you even once, you are in extreme danger. Contact domestic violence services immediately. Document all violence with photos, medical records, police reports. Develop a safety plan by contacting a local domestic violence organization. Do not confront them about leaving. Separation is the most dangerous time. Plan in secret. Get immediate help. National Domestic Violence Hotline 1-800-799-7233. Sign 2. They've suddenly changed life insurance, beneficiaries, or financial arrangements in their favor. When someone is planning to harm or kill you for financial gain, they create the financial infrastructure first. Sudden changes to life insurance policies, changes to wills, unusual access to your accounts, or intense interest in your estate planning can indicate they're preparing for your death. Combined with other warning signs, financial maneuvering is a clear indicator that they're planning something. Watch for new or increased life insurance policies you didn't initiate. They take out a life insurance policy on you or pressure you to get one. They significantly increase your life insurance amount. They change themselves to be the sole beneficiary. You didn't initiate this, they did, often with urgency. When financial benefit from your death suddenly increases, your risk increases. Notice changes to wills, trust, or estate documents. Sudden pressure to change your will to benefit them more. They've changed their own estate documents in ways that benefit from your death. They're asking detailed questions about your assets and what happens if you die. Estate planning should be routine and mutual, not sudden and one-sided. Look for unusual access or control over your finances. They're suddenly interested in having access to all your accounts. They want to be on all your financial documents. They're consolidating control over assets in ways that benefit them if you die. Financial control allows them to benefit from your death while making it harder for you to escape. And critically, notice if they're in financial crisis and you're worth more dead than alive. They're in massive debt, facing bankruptcy or financial ruin. Your death would solve their financial problems through insurance payout, inheritance, or assets. They've made comments about how your life insurance would fix everything. When someone's financial desperation coincides with increased value from your death, motive exists. Watch if they're researching accidents, methods, or what-ifs. You find search history or evidence they're researching accidents, poisons, perfect murders. They're asking hypothetical questions about what would happen if you died. They're unusually interested in things that could cause accidental death. Research indicates planning. They're not curious, they're preparing. Michael didn't think much of it when his wife suggested they both increase their life insurance. "We have kids, we should be covered," she said. He agreed. What Michael didn't know was that his wife had taken out 3 additional life insurance policies on him through different companies, totaling $2 million. She'd also changed their joint accounts to transfer on death to her solely. 2 months later, Michael's car brakes failed on a mountain road. He survived but was shaken. A mechanic found evidence of tampering. Police investigation revealed the insurance policies, the financial changes, and the search history on his wife's computer about brake line accidents and staging car crashes. Michael's wife had created a $2 million motive for his death, then tried to execute it. Review all policies and documents. Know what insurance exists on you and who the beneficiaries are. Document suspicious financial changes. Secure your own finances. Separate accounts they can't access. Check computer and search history for evidence of researching harm. Contact authorities if multiple signs are present. Financial motive plus other warning signs equals immediate danger. Sign 3. They're isolating you and eliminating your support system. Before someone harms or kills you, they often systematically isolate you from everyone who might notice you're in danger, intervene, or investigate afterward. They eliminate your support system so you have no one to turn to for help and no one who would immediately notice if something happened to you. Isolation is both a control tactic and preparation for violence. Watch for systematic removal of your support network. They've driven away your friends through conflict, demands, or ultimatums. They've created distance between you and your family. Anyone who cares about you has been eliminated from your life. Isolation ensures no one is close enough to see danger signs or help you escape. Notice if you can't communicate freely with anyone. They monitor your phone, emails, social media. You can't have private conversations with friends or family. They're always present during any interactions you have with others. Removing your ability to communicate is removing your ability to call for help. See if they've moved you away from everyone you know. Physical relocation to isolate you geographically from support. You're now far from family, friends, familiar surroundings. They discouraged or prevented you from building new connections in the new location. Geographic isolation makes escape harder and reduces witnesses.
Critically, ask yourself, would anyone notice if you were gone? Your absence wouldn't immediately alarm anyone. Days or weeks could pass before anyone looked for you. They've created a situation where you're invisible to the world. If no one would notice you missing for days, you're in extreme danger. And notice if they control all resources and exit points. You don't have access to money, vehicles, or means of leaving. They control when you can go out and where. You're financially and practically trapped. Removing escape routes is preparation for something you need to escape from. Over 3 years, Lisa's husband systematically eliminated everyone from her life. He started fights with her friends until they stopped coming around. He convinced Lisa her family was toxic and cut off contact. He moved them to a rural property an hour from the nearest town. He took her name off their bank accounts. He controlled the only vehicle. Lisa had no phone, no internet, no money, no transportation. When Lisa's sister finally drove to the property after months of no contact, Lisa was gone. The husband said she'd run off. Police investigation revealed Lisa had been murdered and buried on the property. The isolation her husband had created meant no one had noticed she was missing for 3 months. The isolation had been methodical preparation for murder. Maintain at least one secret contact, someone they don't know about who checks on you. Create a check-in system with someone who will notice if it stops. Hide emergency resources like money, documents, phone in a secret location. Document the isolation. Make an escape plan with domestic violence services. Sign 4. Their behavior has become erratic, desperate, or they're saying goodbye. Before someone commits an act of ultimate violence, their behavior often changes dramatically. They become erratic, desperate, reckless, or conversely, they become eerily calm and start tying up loose ends in ways that suggest they're preparing for finality. Sudden behavioral shifts, especially combined with statements that sound like goodbyes, can indicate they're preparing for a violent act. Watch for sudden calmness after a period of rage. They've been angry, violent, threatening, then suddenly become calm. The calmness feels off, not like genuine peace. They seem resigned or determined in an unsettling way. Calm after rage can indicate they've made a decision and are ready to execute it. Notice saying goodbye behaviors, giving away possessions, settling affairs, paying debts, tying up loose ends. Statements like, "I'll always love you," or "take care of yourself," that feel final. These behaviors indicate they're preparing for something permanent, possibly a murder-suicide. Listen for explicit statements about ending things or no way out. "This is the only way. I can't live without you. If I can't have you, no one will. We'll be together forever," with sinister context. Statements that frame death as a solution or statements of intent. Watch for reckless, self-destructive behavior that escalates. Sudden, reckless driving with you in the car, putting both of you in dangerous situations. Substance abuse spiraling out of control. When someone stops caring about their own safety, they've stopped caring about yours. And notice obsessive surveillance or stalking behavior. They're tracking your every move. They happen to appear wherever you are. They've installed tracking devices, cameras, monitoring software. They can't tolerate any moment where they don't know where you are. Obsessive monitoring often precedes violence. They're planning when and where to act. For weeks, Amanda's boyfriend had been increasingly unstable, raging, threatening, violent. Then suddenly he became calm. He apologized for everything. He was sweet, attentive, almost nostalgic. He took Amanda on a drive to their special place by the ocean. He talked about all their memories together. "I'll always love you, no matter what," he said. Something felt wrong to Amanda. When they got back to the car, Amanda noticed he'd blocked her in. He pulled out a gun. "We're going to be together forever," he said. Amanda escaped only because a park ranger happened to drive by. Her boyfriend's calmness hadn't been peace. It had been the calm of someone who'd made a decision. He'd been saying goodbye because he'd planned for that day to be their last. Trust the off feeling. If their behavior shift feels wrong, it is wrong. Take goodbye behaviors seriously. Contact authorities and leave immediately. Don't go to isolated locations with them. Tell someone about concerning statements and document them. Leave immediately if you can. The behavioral change is your warning. If this video is giving you information that could save your life, hit that subscribe button and share this video. This information needs to reach people in danger. Now let's talk about the final sign. Sign 5. They've researched methods, have means, and have expressed a plan. The most dangerous situation is when someone has moved from thinking about harming you to actively planning how to do it. If you discover evidence they've been researching methods of killing you, if they have access to means like weapons or poisons, and especially if they've expressed any kind of plan, even in a joking way, you are in immediate lethal danger. Look for evidence of researching harm. You find search history about poisons, weapons, how to get away with murder, staging accidents. They've been watching or reading about murders, crime methods. Research indicates planning. This isn't curiosity, this is preparation.
Notice access to weapons or dangerous materials. They've recently acquired guns, knives, or other weapons. Unusual interest in or possession of poisons, medications, dangerous chemicals. They keep weapons accessible or have mentioned where weapons are. When someone who has threatened you has weapons, the threat is imminent. Listen if they've described hypothetical plans. If I ever wanted to, I could just, followed by a method. It would be so easy to, followed by a scenario. I thought about, followed by description of harm. Even presented as jokes, these reveal thinking patterns. Normal people don't casually discuss methods of harming you, ever. Watch if they know your patterns and have identified opportunities. They've studied your routine and know when you're vulnerable. They've identified times when you're alone, isolated, or unreachable. They've created or manipulated situations where you'd be vulnerable. When someone who has threatened you also knows exactly when you're most vulnerable, the threat becomes actionable. And critically, multiple warning signs present simultaneously. Violence history plus financial motive plus isolation plus research, plus means. The more signs present together, the more immediate the danger. One sign is concerning. Multiple signs together means imminent danger. Kelly found something disturbing on the shared computer. Search history for untraceable poisons, how long before someone reports a missing person, and staging hiking accidents. Her husband had recently increased her life insurance to $1 million. He'd suggested they go hiking in a remote area that weekend, just the two of them. When Kelly confronted him about the search history, he laughed and said he'd been researching for a crime novel, but he'd never mentioned writing before. Kelly checked his nightstand and found a bottle of antifreeze with a syringe. She left that day and went to police. Investigation revealed detailed plans for Kelly's murder, staged as a hiking accident. Kelly's husband had moved past thinking about killing her. He'd planned it completely and had been days away from executing it. Document everything. Screenshots of searches, photos of weapons, record statements. Contact law enforcement immediately. This is evidence of active threat to your life. Leave immediately if possible. Get protective orders with evidence of threats. Contact domestic violence services. They have expertise in dangerous escapes. If you're seeing these signs, you also need to watch our video on the 5 signs your partner is dangerous, and trust your instincts. Understanding broader danger signals could give you additional clarity about your situation. Links in the description. If you recognized even one of these signs in your situation, you need to take it seriously. If you recognized multiple signs, you are in immediate danger and need to act now. This isn't about overreacting or being paranoid. This is about trusting patterns that law enforcement and domestic violence experts know predict homicide. The people who don't survive are the ones who convince themselves it won't go that far, or they'd never actually do it. The people who do survive are the ones who see the signs, trust their instincts, and get out before it's too late. Your life is worth more than any relationship, any financial concern, any fear of what they'll do if you leave. If someone is showing you through their words and actions that they're planning to harm you, believe them. Don't wait for proof that's delivered too late. Get help today. Make a safety plan today. Take these signs seriously today. Tomorrow might be too late.